Hi, I'm Robert Scheer. I'm president and founder of Scheer Partners, and I'm excited to welcome you today to the opening of our newest life science conversion project at 1450 Research Boulevard. I probably know many of you listening very well. Scheer Partners has been active in commercial real estate for over 30 years in suburban Maryland, with a special emphasis on Montgomery County life science. And so we've done work with a lot of you that are listening already.
Hi, my name is Matt Brown. I'm Director of Acquisitions at South Duvall. South Duvall prides itself in its ability to tackle the most complicated life science projects.
Big part of our process is looking at where the market is, where it's heading, and what needs are. For
1450 Research specifically, we were able to come up with a plan that really suited tenants that were 25,000 square feet and smaller.
Coming off of our success at 704 Quince Orchard, we saw that there was still a need for smaller life science space.
We had a structure that felt like and looked like what a purpose-built life science building would look like, and South Duvall recognized that when they bought it, took it down to that shell, and created a very functional building here that competes with the purpose-built building versus the other conversions in the market.
Absolutely, and in addition to the functionality, which is top-notch here, I mean, every aspect of this building was designed for life science tenants.
Our principals have over 30 years of experience in the life science industry, doing life science conversions back in the 90s, early 2000s, and worked with some of the biggest and well-known clients in the area, from MedImmune AstraZeneca to Human Genome Sciences GSK.
Your building has to be easy to get to, and 1450 Research is arguably one of the most accessible buildings in the market.
Extremely close to I-270, gives connectivity all up and down the I-270 corridor from Bethesda to Frederick.
Not only from getting to the building with 2 exits off of I-270, exit 6 and exit 8.
Also, it's walkable amenities.
Chick-fil-A, Cooper's Hawk, Robex, there's dozens of places to eat.
Right, One Life Fitness.
One Life Fitness.
Very rare you find one of these suburban office buildings where you can walk to a Chick-fil-A, sit down restaurants, gyms, etc.
Yeah, in addition to the amenities nearby, we're actually really proximate to the Life Science Center, which a lot of people view as sort of main in Montgomery County for life science.
And the DMV as a whole.
Absolutely.
We firmly believe that the life science real estate market is moving from ground zero at the Shady Grove Life Science Center down Research Boulevard, where we're located, all the way to the Interstate 270.
If you're going to try to recruit talent, you need to be easy to get to. This building, with the 2 access points off 270 from exit 6 and exit 8, and right off Research Boulevard, allows you to pull from a very large geographic area.
I think 1450 Research Boulevard is one of the most exciting lab buildings in the market for a lot of reasons. I mean, this building was completely stripped down to its bare bones, and even those were modified in some way, shape, or form. Everything in this building was designed with life science tenants in mind.
Hi, my name is Adnan Sheikh with Scheer Partners. I'm director of our pre-con and construction management services. With these buildings, we take the approach to get it basically plug and play ready. We put in the investment to get the mechanical, electrical, plumbing all complete for the building.
It's got good bones for life science. We had sufficient power, sufficient floor load capacity, ceiling heights, and all of that kind of stuff. Lots of times that gets overlooked.
So as a future tenant may come into a vacant space like you see here on the 2nd floor, it's pretty much plug and play ready. They just need to fit out their interior space, but all the mechanical, electrical, and plumbing for the building, the core and shell, it's already complete.
One of the biggest challenges we had is the bottom floor was significantly below grade.
So the excavation of the exterior was a challenge. Obviously there's a lot of earth that has to be removed from the site.
That was a long process, digging out and excavating land during the winter into the early spring months.
So we spent a lot of time removing everything, coming up with a solution of a terrace system.
This was previously on the bottom floor, and you had to walk down the stairs or down the elevator to get to this space. We thought to ourselves, this is never going to lease. Tenants need light and they don't want to be felt like they're stuck in a basement. As you see here in this lab, there's window lines completely surrounding it. So there's not a place you can go in this building where you're in the depths of the building away from a window line.
On the first floor, we were able to introduce spec labs, 3 spec labs, and these are around 5,000 to 6,000 square feet. Our standard spec lab has an office area, 3 private offices, a little kitchenette, and adjacent to that is their lab, which we installed hoods. And this is a fully functional lab with mechanical, electrical, plumbing, all there, basically ready for a tenant to come in and start right away.
One of my favorite elements of this project is the team element that we have. How we as leasing agents were involved in the initial design and property management, construction management, with ownership side by side from day one. It's really created a collaborative environment here that is transitioned over to one of the best property management teams in the market.
Hi, my name is Aisha Murray, and I am the Vice President of Property Management with Scheer Partners. Our department is the first group that kind of deals with the tenants right after the space has been handed to them. In fact, a lot of times we're the ones that give them the keys. We perform a walkthrough after construction's done, and we really try to build relationships with them immediately so that they know that we're there for them whenever things are good, but also when things are bad. Property management encompasses engineering as well, and so we're available literally 24/7. I'm not a scientist, but I know that if I was somebody who was hyper-focused on something, I would want to be able to kind of step away from my desk and enjoy things without having to get in my car and drive far away to experience that. So having really high-end coffee available to me and drinks that you can find just walking distance away is an amenity within itself. Also just the ambiance of the space, it's very bright, it's opening, there's a lot of color, so it kind of takes you away from what I imagine to be a very focused role,
We're finding that the tenants that are moving into this type of building, they want amenities that allow them to enjoy their environment.
Yeah, I want to talk about that patio for a second.
You want to be able to step away without having to drive somewhere. I think that was the intent when the architects and the team decided on creating an outdoor space.
And it's a nice feature that allows tenants to go out there and work and relax and just have time to just be outdoors.
Our patio is quiet. It backs up to a public stream where it's quiet and peaceful as well. So you got excellent privacy as well layered onto that.
Soft seating, sunshades, you have a fire pit out there, you have Wi-Fi. It really is an activated area that can be used for a lot of different purposes, whether it's work, an after hours, tenant event, networking opportunities. It's really just a functional space that feels like it's part of the building.
Got top-notch amenities with a shareable kitchen, nice patio. We've got brand new freight elevator, loading zone, and brand new central staircase.
Yeah, the staircase is an essential feature for the building. It's something we wanted to create in a way that allows access throughout the building without just using the elevator. So what we did was we basically opened up all 3 floors and created a central staircase, which right as you walk in through the main entrance, it's the first thing you see.
The months spent finding the right artist and the thought that went into that design, that's unlike anything else in the market. It really creates an experience here.
The building also has 2 shared conference rooms that all the tenants have access to on a first come, first served basis.
Even though costs have been going up at an astronomical rate, market rents in this area have been going up over 9% year over the last 10 years. So we were confident that no matter the cost to build out this project, we'd be able to have successful returns.
This 45,000 square foot building is providing everything on a checklist of wishes that tenants might have.
I would be remiss if I didn't take a minute to thank the outstanding team that did such a great job on this project. We had excellent support from our consultants, our architects, our engineers, our general contractor, And of course, kudos to our internal team, the property management group, the construction management group, South Duvall, and all the brokers.
On behalf of Scheer Partners, we would like to thank you for joining us here at 1450 Research Boulevard.